There's a lot of confusion right now in the future of mail-in ballots. That's after Monday when the Supreme Court permitted President Donald Trump to move forward with his executive order that would limit who can vote by mail. Oregon is a state that sees a high number of its voters vote by mail, just like that. Eddie Messel joins us now. Eddie, you spoke with the president of the Oregon Association of County Clerks. What did he have to say about the future of mail-in ballots just ahead of midterms now?
Yeah, well, Justin, listen, well, it's a very complicated topic, as you can imagine, and the timing is even worse with the first mailed ballots set to be sent out next week. Now, a lot of this is still tied up in litigation, according to the Harney County clerk, who tells me that Oregon voters, at least for now, can expect no changes. In the simplest of terms, where are we at right now?
Where we are right now, nothing has changed in how we administer elections in Oregon based on litigation.
Harney County Clerk and President of the Oregon Association of County Clerks, Darren Dag Robinson, is referring to the Supreme Court's decision Monday, less than a month before ballots are set to be shipped out.
The decision that was made earlier this week was on the timing of the state's lawsuit, not on the merits of the lawsuit. And so all of the USPS rules that were placed into use are not in effect yet. And if they are put into effect, more litigation is still currently pending.
Those United States Postal Service rules are part of new requirements unveiled for mail ballots that would give USPS the power to issue citizenship lists. The rule itself doesn't necessarily mean that there'll be no mail-in ballots, right? I mean, it's just who can actually receive them and who can vote by mail, right?
Correct. It sets up some specifications through the USPS relating to barcodes and lists. None of those details have been ironed out as far as with state elections or the USPS. So I just think it's still very hypothetical as if that can happen.
Robinson says it's too early to implement a rule like this in such a short period of time. According to the state's United Democracy Center, nearly 1 in 3 Americans voted by mail in 2024. President Trump has said that the method is vulnerable to fraud. In a statement to KTVB, Oregon Secretary of State Tobias Reed says, quote, "The bottom line is Oregon's elections are secure, accurate, and fair. They will proceed as planned this November, free from any illegal federal interference. We will stand up for Oregonians' right to vote and run elections. We will continue to challenge this overreaching executive order in court with the Attorney General when the time is right." Robinson says he agrees with that assessment.
You know, the Secretary uses the term gold standard, and I believe that. It is a very, very secure, safe, and transparent system in Oregon.
Robinson says there have only been 38 confirmed cases of fraud in Oregon over the last 2 decades out of 60 million ballots cast. Now, despite no changes implemented yet, Robinson says Monday's ruling has caused some confusion for residents in Harney County.
I just want to assure folks that the litigation that was currently pending has nothing to do with merits of the case. It was about the timing. And if for some reason that does change, we will help answer all of those questions when that time comes.
As for the upcoming midterm elections,
there will be no change, no disruption as far as how this election is going to go for the midterms. So you can rest assured.
Again, back to that timing, Robinson says ballots will go in the mail starting in about 3 weeks for military overseas, with the rest of Oregon's ballots going out beginning October 14th as planned. However, Robinson does urge voters to vote sooner rather than later, Justin, upon receiving your ballot. And if you are mailing it in, at least a week ahead of time.
All righty. And Election Day going to be here quicker than you realize. Eddie, thank you for that. Well,